Hi Carran Waterfield, my name is Alana and I just wanted to say thank you for the amazing book. It is one of my most treasured. My favourite character is Sea Potato Man because she sets an example and she has made great inventions. I hope you write a sequel.
So my name's Carran Waterfield and it's a tale about friendship, loyalty and minding your own business. Chapter 1. There was a city by the sea. There was once a city by the sea called Brine Point. At the time I'm telling you this tale, a clever and industrious woman called Sea Potato Man was governor there. Now Brine Point was a beautiful place where everyone lived on the same level along a very long sea wall. Under Sea Potato Man's governance, there was neither power of young over old, nor power of old over young. There were no rich people, there were no poor people. Everyone had enough to get by with just a little bit extra for holidays. Each family in Brine Point wore clothing made of all the colours ever dreamed of. And they always wore their own special blazers in winter time. The city of Brine Point was situated near the edge of the world, overlooking a vast ocean. On its furthest headland, you could see no land to the north, west, or east. It was like out on a limb, like a long, long, long pier protruding out to sea. Looking from a distance, you might have mistaken it for a very long boat. Now the weather in Brine Point could be all over the place, a bit like it is now. When the drought came, the people of Brine Point would have extreme summers. When the ice came, the winters were also extreme. But this wasn't a problem. Sea Potato Man made sure no one in Brine Point suffered during any winter or any summer. She was a clever, industrious and transparent governor, as you will see. For extreme summers, Sea Potato Man had crafted a magic key that operated a magic tower mechanism. It turned the city's seawater into fresh drinking water, so there was always plenty to drink. For extreme winters, Sea Potato Man had invented a magic needle. Sea Potato Man invented the magic needle that sewed beautiful birthday blazers that grew as the children grew. That would be perfect, wouldn't it? If you didn't have to buy new clothes, and the clothes grew with the children. So no one was ever cold in Brine Point. Every year there was a winter festival, and the citizens would celebrate the births of all the children born since last winter. It was always a very colourful and happy time, despite the cold. Now it so happened, one winter time, Sea Potato Man herself gave birth to a baby girl. At that year's winter festival, Sea Potato Man kissed her very own child, as was the custom. And the magic needle embroidered the name Redhair into the child's brand new blazer lapel. And it used all the colours of red ever dreamed of. That same year, a tiny baby girl appeared in a bundle on the steps of the city hall, wrapped in an exquisitely woven shawl of seagull feathers and she had a daffodil tied to her ankle. No one knew where she came from, and no one asked, because it just wasn't their business. It seems so strange for a daffodil to be blooming so early in the year, thought Sea Potato Man. The child is weak. She should have been a spring baby, but it seems she's come early. Taking pity on the orphan child, she kissed her, breathing life into her little lungs. Then she consulted a rule book on the care of lost children. And it said, if you cannot locate a child's parents, then the governor of the city must take the child for her own. So Sea Potato Man signed the necessary papers to make the child her own. Then she took her in her arms and kissed her, and the needle dutifully embroidered the name Daffodil Friend into the child's brand new birthday blazer. Now the point along the sea wall where Sea Potato Man and her two daughters lived was right next to the tower mechanism that held the magic key. The tower mechanism was the only high structure along the sea wall. You couldn't miss it. When the magic key was fitted into the tower mechanism and turned to go, it made any seawater that trickled through the tower drinkable. Sea Potato Man gathered up her design plans for the magic key and the magic needle and disappeared. And she left a trail of all the colours ever dreamed of, sparkling in the sky above her. All the people looked up and waved, and one or two shed a tear or two. Then Redhair and Daffodil Friend walked hand in hand home. They felt strong in their new positions of responsibility. They were happy to serve the people of Brine Point in their mam's absence. Now then, can you bear another chapter? It's only short, but it's introducing the baddie in the story, and we all like to know a baddie, don't we? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. So, chapter 3. One Ear visits Brine Point. 3 years passed. Sea Potato Man had not yet returned to Brine Point. Redhair and Daffodil Friend were now 10 years old. The August full moon was fast approaching. It was time for the summer festival. The people at Brine Point were all excited. Each year, markets, fairground rides and all kinds of colourful events had begun to take place. The city festivals had grown in popularity, spreading far and wide, and this looked like the vision for this place. It's going to get more and more popular, with more and more people coming, and we're getting excited about it. And this particular year, a curious travelling salesman called One Ear chugged into Brine Point on his blue and grey tugboat. He was hoping to join in the festival fun. Now One Ear was as old as the sea and as brittle as frozen iron and as parched as a dried up old chamois leather. His family were one of the most ancient of Brine Point. So he chugged into the city calling, "Metal wires for sale! Metal wires for sale!" However, as time went on, it seemed to One Ear that the people of Brine Point were ignoring him. The children seemed frightened of him. The dogs even snarled at him. This made One Ear grow very resentful and very angry. His business wasn't doing very well, and he began to moan to himself. Why wasn't I born when things were easier? Why couldn't I have been born a special baby with a special blazer? The young people of today, they don't know they're born. They've got everything on a plate. He jabbered on and on to himself, gnawing on a discarded packet of jammy dodgers. After a whole day of grumpiness and chirpiness, then chirpiness, then grumpiness, one ear seized and chirruped by his storm. It grew dark. It was the dead of the night. The sweetened water glistened in the moonlight in the simple jar on Daffodil Friend's table. In a moment of chirpiness, he guzzled down the jar of sweetened water. Then, lurching between a chirrup and a grump, he lolloped off to the sea wall. You have to read the book to find out what happens when he steals the key and he steals the needle, and what the girls have to do in order to put it all right again. So thank you so much for listening. I hope I've whetted your interest in the story. Thank you.
Redhair and Daffodil Friend is set in the fantastical coastal city of Brine Point.
Hi Karen, I have read your book, Redhair and Daffodil Friend, and I can confirm it's amazing. It is one of the best stories I've ever read. Daffodil Friend, because she's adopted.
Two inseparable sisters are left home alone, guarding Brine Point's unique magical defences against extreme winters and extreme summers. Lurking in the shadows is a shady guy, determined to make money from the magic. How will the diligent girls prove themselves when left in charge? How will they cope when time and nature confuse the seasons while their mam is far away, sharing the magic?